What's up, guys? My name is Elias, and I officially turned 30 this May. So, as a lover of comic books and comic book movies, I decided to watch, review, and rank every single live action, theatrically released Marvel and DC film dating as far back as the 1950s to now in this series I call The Road to 30. Today, we're talking about my favorite comic book movie of all time. Spoiler for where I'm going to be ranking this one, it's 2002's Spider Man. I love this movie. like I don't even know. First off, let's just get the rating out of the way. Overall, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. This is if I could give it a 6 out of 5 or an 11 out of 10, I absolutely would. This movie is awesome. Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi teamed up to deliver one of the most mind-blowing superhero movies ever, especially for the time because the special effects weren't even that great a couple of years beforehand, and yet it was just perfect enough to make 2002 Spider-Man, and it looks like a dude is actually swinging from building to building, and it's Tobey Maguire. And Tobey Maguire plays one of, if not the best iteration of Peter Parker slash Spider-Man. I think he has it all down. I love Tom Holland, I love Andrew Garfield, but Tobey Maguire is my Spider-Man. I think the whole origin story is beautiful. I even get emotional 9 times out of 10 watching it because most of the time I'll just have it on and just enjoy it. But like if I'm really super glued into it and I'm just like, nah, I'm watching the whole entire movie, and picking out every detail that I love and finding new things to love about it. I do find myself crying with the Uncle Ben scene. I find myself getting emotional when he's talking to Aunt May about Uncle Ben. When he has to give up that love life, dream of his with MJ because he's Spider Man. That gets me emotional because then it leads into the outro where he's just swinging through the city and then he's on the American flag and he swings into the screen. It's just, dude, I'm talking about it right now. It's just blowing my mind. I love it, dude. Of course, you got Kirsten Dunst here as MJ, who I mean, look, whatever you may think about that iteration of MJ, it is fairly comic accurate, and I think she did a well enough job, especially in the first movie. Whereas the sequels, she kind of gets maybe a little annoying, but understand to an understandable fault. J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson. This is in the upper echelon of casting with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. I don't care what nobody says that you can't get a better J. Jonah Jameson to the point where they brought him back in the MCU in a totally different universe just because he was that good. So that just goes to show you how iconic of a role he made that. I like James Franco as Harry Osborn. You probably could have gotten a better Harry Osborn, but he doesn't in any way, shape, or form hinder the role. Like I think he does the best with what he's given to do. And I think his whole revenge arc is perfectly set up in this first movie to finally, try and beat up Spider-Man in the next two, essentially. But of course, we're talking casting. Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. I mean, he's another one. he's he's up there, and you don't get a better Green Goblin than that. To the point where they brought him back in a different universe in the MCU just to destroy Tom Holland's Spider-Man's life. Like insane, absolutely insane. He's peak casting, and I can't wait till we talk about No Way Home in the future because that movie is sick too. His turn in that role is amazing, but I love him as Green Goblin here. I just love how crazy and unhinged he is. I love how grounded this entire movie feels, but yet it feels very comic booky at the same time, especially with Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. You can't imagine the dude like that existing in real life. That's terrifying. Like that man is just an absolute menace, and I'm here for it. I think the movie is also just edited perfectly. The pacing is so fast. Like I think it's just from one beat to the next beat to the next beat to the next beat to the next beat, and there's not a wasted minute throughout the runtime. And it's 2 hours long. Like it's a very quick, solid 2 hours, and like to the point where like I could have taken more, but I think it's such a perfectly condensed and tightly filmed movie that like you I don't it's hard to replicate that to the point where I don't even know how Sam Raimi pretty much one upped himself with Spider-Man 2. Like that's widely regarded as one of the best superhero movies, if not the best of all time. And it's crazy how that movie has the same pacing as the first one essentially, and they fly, and you just every little humorous beat you laugh, every emotional beat you cry or you feel something, every action beat you're excited, the situation's tense, And that's throughout the whole entire movie. Like Sam Raimi is truly a master of a director, and when you let him cook, he cooks. Perhaps my favorite thing, besides the score, by the way, even though the intro is so long, I can listen to that score all the time. I mean, it's sick. It's so iconic. One of the best themes of all time. One of the best composed themes, and it's Danny Elfman again. This man just doesn't miss. Like so far, I don't think I've heard a bad score by Danny Elfman. I'd be hard pressed to find one. So absolutely amazing. But yeah, I think my favorite thing about this movie in general is just how New York it feels. And I think that's what's been missing from previous Spider Man movies, which I think they're going to get back to in Spider Man Brand New Day. But with the Tobey Maguire trilogy, at least, it just feels so New York. Like every bystander is so New York. Every interaction he has with somebody is very New York. Just the skyline, the cityscape when he's swinging through the city, like it feels like New York. It doesn't feel like they filmed anywhere else, and it's just such like a I love this first movie where he first becomes Spider-Man, and then you have this montage of him saving people, and people are talking about, hey, Spider-Man is a spider guy, he climbs up ropes or whatever. And I just love that whole scene because it's just like it makes you feel like it's in the real world where like they actually saw this spider guy existing. And I just think that that combined with the thematic depth that this movie has, where especially at the end, I mean, this was post 9/11, so like at the end when you have all those New Yorkers helping Spidey, when Green Goblin is about to like beat him up or whatever and kill him, I just love. They're like, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Like it's such a sick like it rocks me to the core. It really does, especially as somebody from up north. I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Jersey, and I just really feel that in my heart whenever I watch that scene. Like it gets you so like pumped up. And I mean, even though it is preceded by Green Goblin essentially beating the the daylights out of Spider-Man, one of the coolest fight scenes ever. Like it's so brutal, but it's just the way that he finds out that Green Goblin is Norman Osborn, and how he has to now like hide that secret from Harry, and I mean it's just everything that just happens. I mean, fairly comic accurate, 95% comic accurate, pretty much. And just I don't know, just this the move. It's a special lightning in a bottle kind of movie, and I don't think whenever we do get a comic book movie like that, like your Iron Mans or your Batman Begins or stuff like that, I think they're very special and should be treated as such. And I think this movie specifically, look, would anybody be hyped for Tobey Maguire coming out in No Way Home if it wasn't for this movie? No, not at all. Like this whole Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy is absolutely epic, and I think this really did usher in starting with X-Men in 2000. I'll say that, I'll give X-Men its due, but when Spider-Man came out, this is the most popular superhero of all time. I know I'm a Batman fan, I love Superman, but Spider-Man is the most recognizable, most heavily beloved superhero of all time, to the point where his trailer is the first Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer is now the most viewed trailer of all time. It broke 1 billion views. That's insane. And the movie's a few months out. Like they didn't need to do any marketing for this movie. That's how popular Spider-Man is. You just put out one trailer and you're like, that's all we need to put out. We don't need we don't even need to release anything else. Like people are gonna flock to the theater to watch that movie. And that's exactly what happened with 2002 Spider-Man. I remember being a little kid going to the theater to go watch it and just seeing it and being in awe of everything going on and getting all the Spider-Man toys, the video games, all of that. So thank you, mom and dad, for making my childhood pretty dope as well. Yeah, perfect movie. I got nothing else to say about it. Like I said, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 6 out of 5, 11 out of 10. If we can really go that far, this is a big spoiler. This is going to be my favorite comic. This is my favorite comic book movie of all time. So this is easily going to top the list of everything else. But definitely stay tuned for the ranking to figure out what's number 2, 3, 4, and 5 at least. Spider-Man, Chef's Kiss. Got nothing else. But that's all I got, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and get on my comments with your thoughts on 2002 Spider-Man, as well as which movie you're excited for me to review next, whether it be from Marvel or DC. But until then, take care and God bless.